everyone. So now this is the fourth round of your interaction program, and we are going to discuss the political science. Political science, third lesson, I think second lesson, electoral politics it is. Yes, it is electoral politics. Okay, let's go for it. The pattern, as I told you, it's as usual. Few important thing that you have to note down for this one. Uh, Okay, now the question number one, as you very first one, choose the correct alternative and write the complete statement. Once again, let me tell you that you are not expected to just write the answer or the option. You are expected to write the entire statement along with the answer. Means suppose the question is article dash of Indian Constitution has established election commission as an autonomous body, and if you are writing only what answer, the correct answer is 324. No, you need to write like article 324 of Indian Constitution has established Indian Commission as an autonomous body, and then you will underline the answer portion. So be very careful about the presentation of your answer. Don't give any chance to your valuer to reduce the marks. So be very careful. You are expected to write along with the statement. Then another one, Sham Saran Negi from Dash was the first voter of India. So again, you have to write the answer along with the statement Sham Saran Negi from Himachal Pradesh was the first voter of India, and underline the answer part, that is Himachal Pradesh. So be careful and please stick with that when you will write the next answer of the next series one. Now complete the concept chart. This was the process of election, a role of commission, and the role of voters. Role of commission, they are directly mentioned in your book. I think 5 to 6 roles are there. So you were expected to write any two. Here you are given the to conduct election. This is the most important role of the election commission, to prepare voter list and to resolve any dispute and dispute relating to election if arises. So you can go for any two that are mentioned in your textbook. Role of voters actually not mentioned in your textbook, but you can understand what exactly is being expected during election process from the voter. So number one, to cast their vote. Okay, that is important one. Voting in the election, that means to cast their vote. This is important one. And then after, at the same time, they should elect the efficient and trustworthy representative, and to follow the code of conduct which are prescribed by the election commission. Then write short notes on any one reorganization of the constituencies. uh, Reorganization of constituencies, there were few other points that you can mention about the migration one that has changed the shape of the population of the region. Along with that, these points should be added in that. Number one, the total number of members in Lok Sabha is 543. Every member represents one constituencies. It means there are 540 constituencies of Lok Sabha. The last 2 points are very important. They must be mentioned. Creating constituencies is the responsibility of the delimitation commission of election commission. The delimitation commission does not succumb to any pressure while restructuring the constituencies. Is it clear? So this is one of the body of election commission that is responsible for creating constituencies, because after a particular period there is the change in demography, and that is essential to bring few kind of changes. Now another one, election commission, to write what point were expected for this one, to write short notes on election commission. In India, the election commission is central to the process of election. Article 324, as I told you earlier, 324 of our Indian Constitution has established this autonomous body, which consists of one chief election commissioner and two other election commissioners. So since Article 324 is designated to the election commission, this means it's a constitutional body. It's a constitutional body, not the statutory body. Be careful. So means all the power and function of the election commission is guaranteed by the constitution. No government, no system can dissolve it and or can direct it in their own way. So Third point, the chief election commissioner cannot be removed from his post easily or on account of any political reason. Suppose this is the BJP government and they do not like the chief election commissioner, so they just change him, removed him from his office and employ another one of their choice, or the next government who come and they do the same. But it's not like that. There is a procedure and strict procedure need to be followed while to remove the chief election commissioner from his office. There is a separate provision for the expenses of the election commission that is charged from the consolidated fund of government of India. The election commission does not have a separate staff, so all the government officer, teachers and other employees help to election commission to execute the process of election. They can't deny. If they want to deny, so they should have the very specific reason for that. Preparing the voter list, deciding the timetable and the program of election, scrutiny of the application of candidate, and giving recognition to political parties. Last point should be added for what they are, etc. are some of the functions of the election commission. This should be there anyhow if such question being asked. Now explain with reason whether the following statements are true and false. I want to specially talk about this one. If this is the very specific question that is mostly asked in political science. So first of all, whatever the statement is given must be written in your answer book as it is. I'm repeating, you just copy down the given statement as it is. And then the very first point should be the above statement is true. If it is false, then false. You are just writing, or if you are writing just like only true, you are giving for answer and true and then or false, right or wrong. So this creates a very bad or wrong impression. Please don't repeat it once again. Just go for write the statement first of all and then start your answer, then go for the above statement is true, and then you write the supportive points. Again, it should be in point wise, not in paragraph. Be careful, otherwise your half mark or 1 mark can be reduced by the valuer. And this is what such kind of mistakes should not be committed. Okay, so to ensure free and fair election in India, code of conduct is one of the measures adopted by the election commission. This is the answer in support of that. The code of conduct explains the rules that are to be followed by the government, political parties and voters from elections and during elections. Even the government cannot violate these rules due to the strict observance of the code of conduct in the last few elections. The common voters have become confident. These are the supporting point of this particular question. Like that, the use of EVM is environmental friendly. As I told you, you will copy down the given statement and then you are expecting to write the same statement. The above statement is true. If it is false, then false. You just simply can't write the true, or only simply you can write false, not expected at all. Then second one, many things could be achieved because of voting machine. It reduce the cutting of trees for paper and thereby it help the protection of environment. It has also been possible to have an early declaration of election result, and that's why we can say this is the environment friendly. Now, explain the following in brief. Explain any 4 function of election commission. In your textbook, there is 5 to 6 function. You were expected to write any 4 functions along with the subheading. So you were expected to write the subheading and then the explanatory part. You just can't write the subheadings and you are expecting to get the full mark. This is the wrong way. So first of all, write the subheading which is given, and then the explanatory part of that subheading, like here it is mentioned, preparing the voter list, and what the points are here. It is the responsibility of the election commission to prepare the list of the eligible voters, update the existing voters list and include the names of new voters. The election commission has the authority to issue identity cards to the voters. Now the second point, decide the timetable and the program of election. The conduct of election is entirely the responsibility of election commission. The election commission decides when to conduct elections and in how many stages to hold election in every state. Scrutiny of the application of the candidates, selected candidates of the political parties as well as independent candidates have to fulfill the applications which include the information about their own self. The election commission scrutinize all the applications and allow the eligible candidates to contest the elections. Like that 4 point, give recognition to political party. This is the subheading, and the explanatory part is what we have: a multi-party system in our country. The election commission had the right to recognize or de-recognize any political party. The election commission also allots election symbols to the political parties. And the last one, to resolve any dispute relating to election. The election commission had the responsibility of resolving any disputes that may arise regarding elections. Accordingly, to declare any candidate as disqualified or conduct re-election in a particular constituencies is the responsibility of election commission. Then another question, explain the meaning of code of conduct. To ensure free and fair election in India, Election Commission has adopted several measures. Like the code of conduct is one of the measures adopted by the Election Commission. In the last few decades, the Election Commission has used its power to control malpractices during elections. The code of conduct explains the rules that are to be followed by the government, political parties, and voters before elections and during elections. Even the government cannot violate these rules due to the strict observance of the code of conduct. In the last few elections, the common voters have become confident. So these are the relevant and the most relevant points of these questions. And again, I hope that this will certainly help you for your upcoming exam. Thank you once again. Thanks a lot.